Hopefully we'll oh, it was undoing on there too. I think we're back. I think. Someone said the wheels on the live go round and round. Going round and round and round and round and round.
Hold on, look at this. Andre White says that 25% is what sticks in your mind and makes you wonder why they didn't like it. The focus is misplaced. Instead, we should focus on the positive. Like, why did the ones that did like it, why did they like it? And let's work from that perspective.
Going round and round.
It's too much energy to figure out why someone doesn't like me or what I do. The reason they don't like it could have nothing to do with the card itself. You know, it could be anything. It could be something as simple as that's not their favorite color. You know what I mean?
To me, the beauty is in the effort that they put into creating the thing, you know? But we're just talking like real talk, like, you know, not everyone's gonna like your stuff, you know? It's just like someone told me about my gift basket, like they were like, I think you should have done this, and they gave me so much advice, and I was like, wow, let me go and look at your basket and see, you know, like, so I can get some, since you have so many pointers. And guess what?
What'd you see when you got there?
They had not one thing. There was not one thing there. This is pretty.
Seller P says people who say nasty things about what someone else has made either hasn't tried it themselves or forgotten where they started or hurting inside. Usually they haven't done anything at all, Seller P. Except talk.
Well, sometimes they have done something, but they still choose to put other people down as if they want you to stay in your lane, supposedly, whatever that is.
No,
my hands are dry.
They want you to stay in a lane they've created for you.
Right. Right.
Emily Lacombe says, Tracy, do you do anything with die cutting like a Gemini or Sizzix?
You know what I have? I have a Sizzix, okay? Or is it a Gemini? I may have both. I have one, and it's in the room, okay?
You have a green thing.
Which is why I'm trying to clean out my craft room so I can get some of this stuff set up, because there's a lot. There's stuff everywhere in my craft room.
Silver Rider says, I like the infinity shakers. Then I can add more sequins and gems.
The infinity shakers. What's an infinity shaker?
Sylvia, what's an infinity shaker?
I think she heard me, babe.
Okay, just in case.
'Cause life is a three-ring circus. All of the ups and downs of a carousel that I know so well. Tracy, you are just not a machine kind of girl. I love my machines and cutters. It's not that I'm not, it's just that I'm not there yet. I'm not there right now.
You know what, though? We can see the value in it, though, because I remember that time we needed a lot of stuff cut and we had that scanning cut. Please. That scanning cut was no joke.
Yep. Once you get it, once you start using it, everybody wants you to teach you, wants you to create a YouTube video on it. So now I'm looking at this, and this isn't, it doesn't have enough, like, what do you call it? It's too much color. Well, you know what? It looks pretty good on the camera.
Exactly, Sonia Creel. Sonia Creel said, once I began my crafting journey, I began seeing my value. I only thought others were better because I had not yet tried.
Right. Yep. I had someone say to me, you have such and such amount of subscribers, over 100,000 subscribers, and you don't have a Cricut or a whatever, you know. I don't know what her intention was with that statement, but she just felt like, oh, once you reach such and such, you should have, according to who, though?
According to her.
That part, according to who? I think I craft pretty good without the machinery.
Linda Hubbard says,
And that's just me.
she says that's because you're so good at using your hands.
Yeah, I've always been, you know, even with cutting and stuff and cutting straight lines, I just enjoy that process of cutting the straight line. And
Hold on. Now, Crystal B. Queen said, did anyone see Tabitha Brown receive her Emmy last night for her children's
did I?
book?
I wanted to cry, okay.
I know. And she's so humble.
Oh, for the children's the show. You talking about the
children's
show?
show.
Yeah, the show. Yes, yes. I wanted to absolutely cry.
She's
And
so
imagine if
incredible.
she didn't follow the thing that she did. You know, like imagine if she didn't follow on that on what her journey was meant to be. Imagine if she would have listened to people tell her that, oh, there's enough children's shows on. There's enough what do you call it? There's oh, it's so saturated. You know, people like to tell you what's saturated. You know, oh, the market is so saturated. And so people end up not trying because someone who's not even in the market told them that the market is saturated.
I like how she ended it. What did she say, Tracy? If
Oh,
you're
like
not,
she always says,
yeah, ooh, that's so deep.
don't you dare go messing up anyone else's day. She says that on all her videos.
I know. I hope you're having a good day, but if you're not,
Don't you dare go messing up somebody else's day.
I love that.
Regan Zick said that's why you have so many subscribers. Many people are intimidated by machines and still interested in creating beauty with things they already have. You do that. Oh, that's so sweet. That's so
MCM
sweet.
says,
Thank
I learned more
you.
about creating cards watching Tracy than using my cutting machine.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Woo! Crystal, I gotta
Wow.
read it. I'm sorry.
I appreciate that.
Crystal B. Queen says, the market may be saturated, but your gift in the market is not.
You better tell it.
Ooh.
Did someone hear that?
Let me read that again.
Say it again for the people in the back.
The market may be saturated, but your gift in the market is not. Ooh, she said that.
Yep. You don't understand how many times me and Bill heard, oh, other people have card making such and such businesses. Okay.
Congratulations.
There's a lot of stamp sets out there. Okay.
Okay, now Sylvia.
So here's where we talk about listening to the 25%. We only hear that, right? We hear the 99 good comments. And then that one bad comment comes through, and what do we do? Focus on that one bad comment. We end up focusing on the bad comment. And we got to stop that. Because what's happening is someone's trying to put you in a box and tell you what you can't do. They're not in your craft room. They're not in your creative space. But they still want to dominate your creative space by telling you what you can't do. By telling you, oh, someone else already did that. Oh, the market's too saturated. They'll come with all these reasons. I need to hear from people who tell me, who are encouraging me and saying what I can do. Because when you're on that journey, it can be a lonely journey. And so you have to be able to walk away from some people. Shut out the naysayers. You may have to be on your own for a couple of months, maybe even a couple of years, because you're on a journey. You got things to do. So I don't need to hear the negativity. My time has to be here. I don't have time to waste over here listening to the negativity.
Right. You want to find more of the people that said yes
More like-minded people,
than
yeah.
that said
sure.
no. Y'all heard of the 80-20 rule. What, 80% of your business or your positive results comes from 20% of your base. So don't try to get everybody or this big group of 80 that's causing you all type of problems, and you're just killing yourself trying to satisfy them. Go for that 20% that's saying yes, and try to find that group. That's the group you want. You don't worry about it.
Okay, so I'm going to come around this right here with this skinnier tape. Let's see. This will bend a little bit for me. So I'm going to just go like that. Then I'm going to go like this.
Pete says, I'm horribly afraid of getting that first mean comment. I take negativity pretty hard sometimes. Salah, we've been called every kind of N-word, spear-chucking, coon, stuff I would never repeat. But you know what? You can't worry about that. You just move on. Block them, move on.
See, this is where you have to remember what your purpose is, and imagine never finding your purpose. Imagine us never finding each other because Tracey was afraid of what someone said. Always think about that. Who are the people that we're trying to inspire, right? It's bigger than just crafting. It's inspiring someone. And so what keeps me going is that I need to be on here because there's someone that is getting ready to do something big, big, big. There's so many of you getting ready to do something big. And I don't want you to allow what someone else says to stop you from doing whatever that big thing is that's going to bless somebody.
Right. It's going to
And
bless
so
you
hurt people, and it's a shame because there's so many people with such great ideas, with a business inside of them, with so much talent. Guess what's going to happen? They're going to take it to the grave. They said some of the best and biggest ideas and brightest ideas are in the cemetery because someone said something to them and they never followed through on it. Oh, you can't sing. You don't have enough talent. You're not good enough. You're not such and such. And those same people that are telling you that, they're doing absolutely nothing but walking the earth, creating
as much misery as you possibly can.
Look, I don't want to go there, but they're just creating so much misery.
Hold on, listen to this. I love what Ava Lee said. Ava Lee says, constructive criticism is okay if I ask you for it. Woo-hoo! Exactly.
Hey, like I didn't ask you. I don't know. You and Bill doing a such and such company?
Ooh, I would do that.
Child, I don't know if I could do that. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay. You know what I say? Okay. For you, it is. See, people put their limitations on you, and you gotta. You can't go through life letting people. Otherwise, you're not living life in your purpose. You're living life in someone else's purpose and the limitations they have for you.
Crazy for Bananas says, I love Tracey's style, but I come here also for the inspiration and positive attitudes.
Yeah, we realize it's bigger than crafting. So imagine if I just said, I'm not going on because of what someone said to me. Could you imagine? Because there's someone right now that's listening to this message that needs that message. That's at the breaking point right now that needs that message. Just needs a word to hold on to let them know it's going to be all right. Or to let them know that you can do this. And so if I allowed one person Look, if I allowed 1,000 people to say something negative about me, and then I said, you know what? I can't do this anymore because I can't take the negative comments. I'm only going for the one person that I need to inspire. I don't care about the 1,000. Because God didn't put me on this earth for the 1,000 people. He put me on the earth to uplift the one. And it may be that one person that goes on to do great things because you put a seed in them. You planted a seed. And so that's what keeps me going. I don't care. You can come up with whatever negativity you want. You're going to see my hands, okay? You're going to see my hands, okay? So who else do I need to bless? I'm on a bigger mission right now. And my mission is to talk to whoever needs to hear it, whoever needs encouragement, because there's so much negativity in the world. And I may be the one thing that they say, you know what? I love the way I feel when I'm around Tracey and Bill. I feel so empowered right now because I was losing hope. But now I feel empowered.
Celepi says, it's funny how I see that when it happens to someone else. But when it happens to me, I kind of shut down. But you know what, Sal? Really, if you really think about it, is it really happening to you? Or is it happening to some construct that someone has created in their minds that they say is you? You know what I'm saying? I mean, when a person's calling me all these names, I'm like, they're not talking about me because I'm not who they said.
You got to know whose you are.
I'm not who that person is saying that they are.
You got to know whose you are, you know?
So they're obviously talking about someone else. Someone that exists in their minds.
Because that's what happens is people try to size you up based on who you are. But you got to know whose you are. It's one thing to know who you are, but you got to know whose you are.
Andre White says, stick to your why.
And God did not, that's the whole thing. Why am I doing this? What is the real reason behind all of this?
Joanne says, one person told me I was too old to learn anything new. But I learn new things every day.
There you go.
Every minute.
There you go. So I'm doubling up on this tape right now, y'all. I know we just kind of got into a message, but somebody needs to hear that. There's some mean people in the world that are going to tell you that you're not good enough. And I that's why I stay away from those people. Now, of course, it's hard to stay away from when they're online with you. When they're right online, you know, because the internet can be a double-edged sword, you know, like.
But seriously, when people say something crazy, I usually don't get rid of it at first. I usually let it stay up about a day or two to get the algorithms for interaction. Number two, to let whoever, some of our followers will destroy the people. And I let some of our crafty family, or some of the little storybook people decimate them. And then by the third day, then I'll take it down. You know. But as far as getting involved myself, no. It takes up too much energy.
It's too much energy. I got things to do.
Exactly, Eileen. Eileen said, Tracey, those scissors you misplaced are probably in the hands of someone who could not afford scissors, but now it's
there you go. I'm not stressing over it.
Eileen, that's exactly what I said.
It probably is. Oh, look at that. That could have been on something else, huh? No, that won't fit, but
exactly.
That's okay.
Sylvia says, whose you are. I agree.
You got to know whose you are because people are going to come for you. And guess what? It may even be a family member. People are going to come for you. Woo!
Right. Maybe a family member who will smile in your face and proclaim.
I need Ariel to see this image right here.
All the love.
This reminds me of Ariel's friend.
But as soon as you turn your back.
Yep. sometimes
Carmina.
we've distanced ourselves from so many people just because, you know, I don't want them putting doubt in my head, you know, and, you know, like telling me that certain things are not good enough and what do you think you're doing? And, you know, you would think, right, that not everybody loves what you do. Just remember that. And they don't have to. She in that craft room all the time. Yup. Yup. Sure am. She always making stuff because I was created to create. You're never too old to learn. People try to put us in a box, you know, like just limitations. I remember I used to hear, you know what I used to hear is like, wait a minute, because we started the channel in like 40, in our 40s, right?
Yeah, something like that.
So we're 40s and 50s on YouTube, right? And people are like, younger people, how do you have so many subscribers? Because, you know, they're into the numbers. You have so many as if like, but you're 60 years old.
Well, and
not in a box. Oh my goodness, you have, for some reason 100,000 seems to be a big thing. Judging other people is not being a Christian. Yep. But there are people who claim to be Christians that are very judgmental.
I remember when J-Lo received an award last year, and her response was, "Thank you to all enemies who told me I looked too Latino to get that part." Exactly. Ty Williams says, "I don't have a craft room, but a crafting space.
Yep.
Eventually, I'll get my craft room."
Look, there was someone who criticized my videos because there were birds in the background because I used to craft on the back porch. There was like we had a picnic table, and I would craft on the picnic table in the back screened off porch where we lived, and just happily record. And they were like, I don't like hearing those birds in the background.
Turn the channel.
Like, I'm sure there's other... Look, I here's what I said. I said, I'm sure there's other channels where there are not birds in the background. Matter of fact, there are thousands.
I give you permission to go and seek them out.
So you see when you do the double on here? Look what happens when you do the double.
Tears of joy streaming down your face as you do so.
Shaker's gonna shake.
Exactly, Karen Hankinson. Karen says when a person points a finger, they forget how many fingers are pointing back at them. Exactly, Ava Lee. Ava says, hang with people who make you feel your authentic self.
Yep. That's why I'm hanging with y'all. That's why I'm hanging with y'all.
Carmina says, I'm doing well eating breakfast pancakes. Did Hector make those? Carmina, I made Tracey breakfast. Tell Hector.
He's bragging about it, y'all, okay?
Yeah. Exactly. Andre Wright says, don't worry about the size of your crafting space. Keep on crafting.
Yep.
It doesn't matter about the size of the space.
I just keep going.
It's about you. You take you wherever you go, whether it's a crafting room or a crafting tray.
Yep. Whichever space is good for you, it's a go. That is cute with the girl peeking from behind the... Isn't that cute? She be peeking behind here, huh? Let me.
Carmen Rosa says, I crafted a corner of my bedroom.
Yep. I mean, they're complaining. Imagine if I would be like, man, maybe the birds are annoying, and then just stop. Hey, this
Maybe
is
I'll
what,
just go kill them
this
all.
is what my space is. I mean, it's
right. It comes down to a level of acceptance.
this
once
is
again.
my space, and I love hearing the birds. Actually,
Right.
so if the birds bother you,
Right.
I don't know what to tell you.
Well, because this is what
I know what to
like.
tell you, but I'm going to be nice.
Emily says, I love crafting on my deck.
Oh my goodness, isn't it peaceful? I'm like, who doesn't like bird? You're upset because the birds are crafting, or I think one time a siren went off, and someone got upset because this. I could hear the siren go off in your video. Okay, they're probably on their way to a fire. I'm in my house. I'm not in a, what do you call, a soundproof studio. I'm in the house.
Crazy for Bananas pretty
That's why
much
it's called YouTube. Okay.
Crazy for Bananas pretty much summed it up, Tracy. She says, go to another channel.
That's basically what I said. You know, just, it's okay to leave. It really is.
Emily,
I tell them I may not be your cup of tea, you know, like they didn't like someone's, you know, I've told y'all before that someone complained about laughing. Okay.
Emily Lacombe says, what brand are those shakers?
These are the Picket Fence Studio Shakers, and they are in our store. This is the, let's see, this one is the Candy Kisses, it's called. I've been wanting to use these so bad, and the colors just go perfect with this.
What is that called again, Trace?
Picket Fence Sequins.
Okay, I'm going to put that in the link just in case.
Picket Fence Sequins. But do you recall the most... Why am I getting ready to sing Rudolph? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw him, you would even say it glows. I used to know that whole song.
All of us did.
All
can't remember nothing.
The reindeer.
That's about it for me.
Then one stormy Christmas Eve,
What happened?
Santa came to say,
What'd he say?
Rudolph, with your nose so bright,
Uh-huh.
won't you guide my sleigh tonight?
No, I got to use navigation on my phone.
That's what Rudolph said.
Okay.
Rudolph said, navigate. Dee-dee-dee-dee. Oh, how the reindeers loved him as they shouted out with glee. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer,
Mm-hmm.
you'll go down in history. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? There's another paper here that looks really
Karen,
cute.
I feel you. Karen Hankerson said, truly, the whole house is a craft space.
What you mean you feel her?
Because that's how it is.
Bill talking about he can relate, huh? Then one stormy Christmas Eve.
What happened?
I'm slowing the song down now. Santa came to say.
And what'd he say?
Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? See, they doubted Rudolph.
Exactly. Sally P says, imagine someone had told Rudolph, you ain't nothing but a reindeer. You can't even read the map.
They did tell him
Why
that,
don't you
though.
just leave the navigation to people who can do it.
They
too little.
They told Rudolph that too.
You ain't even seen a sleigh.
Rudolph had doubts.
You want to be in front.
Look, I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is a story right here, y'all. Story time. My freshman year at college, right? Running track, right? On the track team. I was recruited. And here's what happens. Sometimes people don't want you to be great. They just won't let you be great. So I had come off a great season my senior year, had just stellar, just left a record at my former high school, but now you got to go to college, so you got to step it up.
His record still ain't broken.
And so what ended up happening is someone decided that they wanted to put their limitations on me. Right? We're talking about limitations. And someone said to me, I remember, because for some reason, they didn't like me. They were like, yeah, we heard about you and such, and yeah, you was a star at your high school, but this is college now. I would never do that to somebody. I would never do something like that to somebody to make them feel unwelcomed. And I remember in the dorm going to the using the phone in the dorm, right? Because they were making me feel really bad, like just playing some mental stuff. This was the other women on the track team in college now. And so I just was kind of like started to doubt myself, even though I had like a great high school career, like it was just excellent. But there's always someone that got to try to bring you down a peg or two, right? And so I remember I was a quarter miler. That was the main event that I was recruited for at Rutgers by this coach, right? And so she wanted to make sure that she told me that I just want you to know we don't allow freshmen on the mile relay. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my goodness. So because I don't really know anybody, I'm making friends at college, but I don't really know anybody. I'm living on campus, it's just some way. I miss my mom. And so you got all of this stuff happening. And so she decides to tell me we don't allow freshmen. And I'm thinking to myself, well, why wouldn't they allow freshmen on the team?
Because we have the world record holder.
No, I'm just wondering. I was just like,
on our relay
why wouldn't they allow freshmen on the team? Like, I'm thinking to myself, now this is playing over and over in my mind now. And I'm thinking to myself, well, gosh, they don't allow freshmen on the mile relay. Like, I've always run on the mile relay in high school. And, I know that it's different in college now because you got some women who are fast and they're upperclassmen and the whole bit. And so that's where that doubt comes in because of what somebody said. Somebody said, we don't allow freshmen on the mile relay. So I'm thinking to myself, man, does that mean I'm not going to be on the mile relay? I think I'm pretty good, but, wow, she's telling me that this is someone who's been here before. She's been at the school. She's an upperclassman. Matter of fact, I think that might have been her senior year. And so, you know what? I went, talked to my mother. I was like, Mom, they're telling me all of this stuff. The shakers do not, sissy pants. These don't come in these are in our store, but these don't come in the kit. I remember calling my mother up, and at that time, we didn't have cell phones. We did not have cell phones. Do y'all remember that? We didn't have cell phones. We had to go and dial. They had one phone in the dorm, on our floor in the dorm. In the hallway. And I called, I was crying to my mother. I was like, Mom, they don't allow freshmen on the relay. She was like, why? Because is your first year? She said, no. She said, my mother said, you go and run your race. She's like, don't allow anybody to tell you that you can't. I said, well, one of the team members said that they don't allow freshmen on the mile relay. And I let that play over and over in my head, and I was like, I thought that the I went to ask the coach, like, how do I make the mile relay? Because that was supposed to be like the stellar relay, like that was like it. If you made it on that team, you know, they're only picking four quarter milers, 400-meter runners for that. And so I said, oh my goodness. I asked my coach, and he said, well, it's based on time. So next time she came, and she was like, because they would take me through the workouts really, really hard. Like, I could tell they were trying to burn me out. But I came from where I used to practice with the boys team. I ran cross country. So I was, you know, at first it was a little bit challenging, but I wouldn't let them see me sweat. So guess what they said? When she started saying it, the same girl started saying it again. Yeah, we don't allow freshmen. Just want you to know. Just giving you a heads up. We don't allow freshmen on the mile relay. So I told her, I said, well, coach says it's based on time. She said, yeah, it is. I said, then I guess I'll see you at the time trials. And y'all know what ended up happening? Look, look, my roommate was one of the top milers, marathoners in the country. I was like, when you go and do your distance runs, I want to come with you. I said, when you go to your workouts, I want you to push me. Because I got it. I got something for them. Guess what ended up happening when they chose the people for the mile relay? Guess who was on it?
But I thought.
Guess who was on? Guess what freshman made the mile relay? I was like, what?
See you on Terry.
I was like, what leg am I going to run? Because I said, you know what? I said, okay, now I know we have a world record holder on that relay team, okay? So I was like, okay, she's going to definitely make it. I said, but that means there's 2 more spots on there.
Actually, 3.
I got to get one of those spots, okay?
Actually, 3 spots.
I got to get one of those spots.
Crystal said, did you open up a fresh can of on them?
Look, I got the 2nd spot because I knew the world record holder, her time was like, you know, look, I got to work towards that. But
you other 3.
Somebody coming off or somebody going to be sorely disappointed.
And it might be you. And who's done all that talking.
Look, what ended up happening was we ended up having to run at Madison Square Garden. One of the first meets is running at Madison Square Garden, y'all, in New York. And when the coach decided to make the order of the relays, right? I felt maybe he was going to maybe put me like 2nd or 3rd leg or something like that. The coach said, Tracey, I want you to anchor. And I'm thinking, anchor? I'm like, anchor? I said, what are you talking about? Anchor. I said, I think, Lori, she should anchor because she's the world record holder. He said, no, you should anchor. He said, because I know if you get that baton in the lead, that you're not going to choke. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. None of the other girls don't? Like maybe one of the other girls, but I'm just a freshman. Here, I went back to, but I'm just a freshman.
But coach know something I don't know?
I said to myself, I'm just a freshman.
He must know history about y'all.
But this is going back to saying, don't allow someone else to put their limitations on you. They're putting their limitations on you. Don't allow that.
And and they created a reason that sounded valid.
They created a reason.
Here's the reason why you should feel inferior.
Right.
And accept what I'm saying about you. I'm going to make up this reason. Because you're a freshman.
Right. That's exactly what happened.
And that's that same 25% that comes to you with that crap.
Right. And you start believing
it. It has no validity on who you are or what you do. That's why you can't listen to the 25.
Yep.
That's exactly why.
You just can't.
Shay says, I just walked into the door and gems are being dropped, okay?
You can't let them get you. It's like, I guess I'll be on the mile relay.
Crystal says when people are afraid for themselves, they're afraid.
I think it was more being afraid for like positioning on the team. So it's like a whole nother like stressful thing that you have to deal with. You know, like.
Hey, y'all would hear that comment that line that Clint Eastwood said. I don't know what the movie was, but the bad guy goes, "You think I'm afraid of you?" And Clint said something like, "What you think about yourself that you know to be true is what makes you afraid." You know, what you know about yourself to be true is what creates the fear in you. When you look at me.
Yeah, that pretty much stopped the kind of hateful bullying kind of thing. You know, like all I had to do was talk to my mother on the phone. She was like, "Run your race. Did you not remember who you are?" I'm like, you know what? I said, that is so true. I had to get my mom to tell me. And what even made it worse, y'all, here's what made it worse, was that my picture ended up in the school newspaper. So that made it even, like, that just kind of like, the icing on the cake was like, golly, of all the pictures they could have taken at that track meet, at Madison Square Garden with all the people, they go and take hers, okay? And here she is as a freshman on the cover of the school newspaper. Isn't that something else? And I still have the picture framed. I still got the picture, y'all, framed, okay? Tracey, she was jealous and thought you would outrun her. You know what? And then we became great friends. Tina, we became like really good friends. Like we had a cohesiveness. Because what ended up happening is, as I moved up sophomore year, junior year, senior year, I decided at that point that I was not going to allow someone else to feel the same way that I felt coming in as a freshman. So I was going to make sure that me and the other teammates were going to welcome the people that came in after that.
Instead of perpetuating that same
that they would feel welcome. You know, like they would feel a sense of like community.
Art House says, what an inspirational story, Tracey. You didn't just go, you went, did, and conquered.
Yeah, because that was the whole thing. When someone starts saying you can't do it, that bothers me. You can't. Tracey, when I graduated from high school, I worked for Goldman Sachs, and I had to type all the secretaries. Oh, I missed it.
Typing, and I went home and had to talk to my mother. She told me to do what I was taught.
Yep.
You know what? Hold on, let me read this one right here. Reagan Zick says, I just celebrated my 10-year work anniversary. Right, 10 years now, Tracey. Mm-hmm. But almost 8 years, I guess, of that was as a temp. Now, a co-worker there still treats me like a new employee, like I know nothing.
One of those, huh?
Well, you know what? I read a book by...
one of those.
Golly. What's his name?
People, okay.
I can't believe I can't think of the name of it. But in the book, he says, you teach people how to treat you. So you've taught this person to treat you like that. like you know nothing.
Hmm?
Okay, like for instance,
No, there's some people.
Hold on a second. Let's say this. This, like for instance, like here's an example. Here's the example the person gave. I understand what you're saying. Well,
No.
getting ready to say, but in this circumstance, okay. Let's say here was a son where the mother would tell the son, dump the garbage, right? And the son would be, yeah. So finally, instead of arguing, complaining, it was Wayne Dyer. That's who wrote it. It was, I forgot the name of the book though. Taking Wayne's suggestions, she went and got the garbage after she told the son a couple times. When he left the house, when he came back, she had dumped all the garbage on his bed. You know what I'm saying? And she started doing that kind of thing, and the son, he was like, oh my God, Mom's crazy. I better do what she says because...
But you're in a work environment, and no one should make you feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a work environment. You shouldn't have to teach anyone how to treat you.
But there are things that have to be done, whether if she has to go to human resources, something. You know what I mean?
Just tell the person, look, I got this.
Excuse me, I don't need your help. Thank you anyway.
People, okay?
Excuse me, could you know I can't?
She must be jealous of you.
She must be.
And your skill set. Yeah, I had someone tell me that, you know, you're new here and, you know, when you do story time, don't be upset because the kids are going to just be crushed knowing that there's a new librarian here. You know, so don't be surprised if they're very standoffish.
Look at that. That's the wrong garbage company. Check this out, y'all. I put my garbage out, right? And a garbage truck came out the street. And he's not even our garbage people. He dumped my garbage by mistake. I guess I should be happy, huh? Hold up, Linda Huffman said something that was good.
Unfortunately, you still have to teach people how to treat you wherever you are, work, home, etc. It's a shame, though, isn't it?
Linda Huffman says some people just always got to be in control.
Always got to be in control.
But they're not in control of themselves.
Yep. That's what one librarian told me. She was like, you know, you're new here and, you know, the kids may be standoffish from you and, you know, they might kind of be like, you know, they may kind of, I'm going to not stand anywhere near the room so that it doesn't distract because the kids are going to be looking. She said the kids are going to be looking at her basically. And so she doesn't want me to feel bad if the kids are just kind of, she was already predicting how the kids would actually treat me or be in my story time. She said, yeah, they're just not gonna they're gonna be kind of standoffish, so just don't feel bad. So you're telling me this before I even go there and do my first story time. You're already planting the seeds in my head.
Hold up.
She was acting as if the kids were gonna be traumatized because me as a new to that branch librarian. Now I've been doing it for by that time I was doing it for over 20 years. And I'm thinking to myself, I had to tell her, I said, I got this, okay? She was like, I'll just go in the office and hide because if the kids see me, they're going to be so confused. I got this. I've been doing this for a minute. And she knew I had been doing this for a while and I had successful, you know, story times. It ended up getting to the point, y'all, where if I happened to be out on the story time day, she didn't want to do the story times because she was like, they just keep asking for you now all the time. They don't, you know, like when I go in there, it's like, you know, they ask, I'm uncomfortable because they're like, well, where's Miss Tracey? Hey.
But I'm saying something. Okay, you can say that. Remember when I said you teach people how to treat you in. Okay, as a guy, let me explain this. As a guy, I wish there was a guy on here. If Tyler's still here. Let's see. No, he's gone. But here's the thing. I know guys who will go up to women and say the craziest things. When I was coming up, I'm talking, they would say stuff that was so disrespectful, you would just cringe. But those same guys knew what women not, or what girls not to go up to. They would not go up to this, and it wasn't like the women had a fighting disposition or something. It was something that those women, that those girls projected that said, I am not the one.
That's true. Now that is true.
I can't even explain. It wasn't that they didn't carry themselves with like, I'm getting ready to hit you. It was nothing like, it was not that.
It's the face, okay? I am not.
You knew that you could not go up to
with
these girls and say some of the disrespectful stuff you went up to some of the other ones. You just couldn't do it. Now, what is that intangible thing? What is it?
Well, you know, there's a certain, I mean, you could let off a certain energy where you're like, I am not to be messed with, you know? Now, does that always work? No, because
But you wasn't selling wolf tickets. You weren't going around talking loud. I've seen people go around, and it's not that. It's something else. It's something else.
look, Linda said, I'm not the one, the two, or the three.
Hold up. Amy said something pretty good. Let's see, let me go back here. Amy says, when I started college, I was an older student. I worked full-time and took full-time classes. Mm-hmm. And she had a 4.0 GPA for her first semester. Then she says, my brother told me I shouldn't, quote unquote, brag about it because it made my friend feel bad. Well, first, I'm not bragging to take anything away from her. I'm bragging because I'm proud of me.
Right. Pat yourself on the back.
She said, me dimming my light doesn't serve anyone.
Nope.
She was not successful because of her own lack of focus.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying, Amy?
Mm-mm.
Amy, I know you were saying.
Don't say any here like that.
You win in the race, but do it quietly because we don't want to. You know what? Here's the one thing I always said. How many of you have had jobs in which you excelled
And you got penalized for it.
and you get penalized not because you're not up to snuff. You get penalized with more work because the supervisor, quote unquote, knows not to go to the other people because he knows that they can't do it. They're never going to learn it. And you'll do it, so you'll end up doing it, having more on your plate, end up staying later, not paid for the overtime, not paid for any of your extra knowledge because you're constantly growing. So you're penalized for it. You're penalized. So my thing is this, if I'm going to do more and be more, then I need to be compensated for that.
But that oftentimes that's
And
not
I'm
the
not
case.
going to do it unapologetically. I expect this. This is why I do it.
Ariel's friend.
You know?
This is the card for Ariel's friend. I'm going to give this to Ariel.
Exactly, Kai Williams. She said, so true. I felt that way all the time in the Navy, and so did I. Kai, let me tell you what I did when I was in the Navy. Me and one of my friends, we took all of the tests all the way up to senior chief. I'm talking all the paper tests, did all the books, everything. That's like about 15 years of material. Knowing that we had to wait a certain amount of time to be promoted to the next rank, then the next rank, then the next rank. But we did it on purpose, just so in our files will be all the qualifications all the way up to chief. Just to say, look at this right here. These guys have done 15 years worth of requirements, but we're not going to promote them.
That little book is so cute.
Patricia Costa says, when you have respect and confidence in yourself, it's felt by others. I can see that. You know what? Lily always comes in.
It does. And I even sometimes, like, I like to kind of be in the background and observe. But for some reason, I just keep getting pushed to the forefront of certain things. And I don't know if it has to be an energy, and it has to be God placed you here because this is where he wanted you. You're not meant to be in the background. You're meant to shine. And so you have to remember that. And even if when you're meant to shine and you are in, now the eyes are watching you. The eyes are watching you. And so you have to get comfortable with that they're going to come for you. You know, people are going to come for you. You just have to be comfortable with that. I was a quiet kind of like a kind, quiet person, even as a teenager. But for some reason, people gravitated towards me. So I was the captain of my track team because I was very encouraging. I will encourage people, like, it's just always been in me. Then in college, I was willing to just kind of like, you know, be under my relay and just kind of be, you know, as long as I was like, okay, I'm good now. My junior year, when they needed to pick a captain, the other women voted me
because you
to be the captain.
Because you were already acting like a captain.
I was more just like,
but you
engaging.
Were encouraging. You were helping.
I was encouraging.
Exactly.
Yes,
what does the captain do?
Yep, that's true. And so my junior year in college, I became captain of my track team.
Look at this. Alicia Smith says, that's why there are so many jobs available, because this generation is not having it. They would just quit. No, they would just move on. It ain't really so much about quitting than finding my place. You know what I mean? Oh, I want to finish this with Lily, what I was saying about Lily. Every time Lily comes into the room, this is what she says. She says, hello, praise God. I woke up to another beautiful day that God has made.
Yep.
She always says that.
Well, it's true.
It is true.
It is true. These flowers right here, y'all. This flower. So you could take this and put a sentiment over that. And you can make like a bunch of flowers on here.
Ali Moore says, that's right. God wants you to learn and get your teaching to teach others. Well, it's like Catherine Hepburn said on Golden Pond. She says there's the life that you learn with, and then there's the life you live after you learn it.
That part right there.
Okay?
Woo!
There's a life you live after you learn that thing.
After you learn it.
You know what, Crystal? Me too. She says, I miss Wayne. Wayne Dyer was a real...
Yeah, I go back and listen
nice.
to his... Because you can listen to some of his stuff on...
Wayne Dyer was the man.
There's a bunch of stuff on YouTube, too. Oh, Ava Lee, you said I told them I would quit if they didn't get rid of the coworker. I also told them
that she
would quit if I left. She quit 30 days after I left. Nowhere to hide after.
Nowhere to hide.
See?
Right.
Wow.
Because they'll hide behind you, have you do all the work while kicking you in the head and in the face as hard as they can while you do their work and they take the credit. You know what I'm saying? And the powers that be seems to be
okay with it.
Yeah, like they have to see
that
it.
part. Yeah, that part right there.
How can you not see this? Everybody else see it.
What you think, Strawberry? Very, what you see?
Crystal. Carmina says, when I was in high school, I went out for drill team and went to all the practices, learned all the routines. And at the tryout, I remember being really nervous. I thought I was not going to do well. And guess what?
She made the drill team.
I made the team.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's amazing what life teaches you as you move along in this thing called life. And you start to learn certain things, and you start to interact with people and make your way in the world, you know?
Well, you know what?
And all of those experiences start to come back, and you think of, because I forget sometimes about, like, oh my goodness, I sure did run 4 years of track in college, and I did run in high school, and I forget about those things sometimes.
You know, if you kind of start to
until
remember,
someone reminds me. Mm-hmm.
I talked to some older people, and they said the one thing that they really have learned now that they've hit this age and stage in their life is that at least 95% of the things that they worried about or they spent all this energy worrying about never came to pass. If they had just taken that same energy,
right? It's like, what would you tell
and applied it somewhere else?
Your younger self, you know. What would you tell your younger self? That's one of the things. That's one of those questions that people always say. What would you tell your younger self? It'll be okay, right?
Mm-hmm. Biscuit just heard strawberry burger.
You got this. What would you tell your younger self? You got this.
I understand that, Amy. Amy says, I love the company that I work for. And that's the only reason I am still there. Otherwise, I am not compensated according to the work that I do. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. I love the company I work for. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, does the company love me?
I loved the work that I did. I loved interacting with the community. I loved it. But it was just time for me to do something, you know.
Or does the company
something
value
different.
me?
That part.
Is it possible to make like a list, a pro and cons list, and have a meeting with someone that has the power to perhaps give you a raise, Amy? Because every one of us have been down that road. I know I've been with companies like that, and it's like, I remember I worked at this one company. I did everything. When I say everything, everything. And this one girl came in, you know the type.
It got her
cute, flirty. They flirt with the right people, and I mean, this girl kept getting.
And you got passed up.
Always, she kept getting promoted. She would get like employee of the month and didn't do anything. She did nothing.
She was delegating, Bill.
No, so what happened was, I after talking about it a number of times, I said, well, I'll tell you what then, here's my job description, this is what I'll be doing. And I meant that, and I backed off, and I became exactly what my position said I was.
Rather than doing more?
Oh, they were really upset. They were highly upset. No, I'm not doing anymore. No. But while I did that, I started looking for another job. Then I left.
We still run into people now that are like, oh my goodness, I remember you from the library.
I see you, Amy. And Deb, she says that, well, the big problem is that raises are not keeping up with inflation.
Yep, that part.
Yeah, you're right there.
That part right there. I remember this story of the woman that died in her car. She was only about 35 years old. She died in her car while sleeping in between shifts to go to her third job. So she had 3 jobs trying to make ends meet, and ends up dying in her car, just being exhausted. And I was like, how awful. How awful is that, you know?
And people, I'm sure people would look at her and they didn't see the struggle.
Oh my goodness.
They didn't see what she was going through. And most of them didn't even care.
Just awful. I'm going to take one of these off of here, y'all.
I tell you, on a brighter note, I saw a story where it was a lady. She walked 12 miles to her job back and forth. Remember that, Trace?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
12 miles. She did that for years. And finally, when the owners got, I guess they got wind of it and some more people, this one police officer saw her and somehow he started giving her a ride when he could.
And then here's what else he did. He started looking out, telling the other officers
Right.
to look out for her because she has to walk in the night sometimes.
Right.
You know, just trying to get to work.
And then he bought her a bike, which she never learned how to ride because she never had a bike. And at the age she was at, she just, in her mind, she just felt like I just can't learn to ride this bike. But ultimately what ended up happening was that once the store heard about it that she was working at,
Mm-hmm.
they transferred her job to it was like almost really, really, really close to her. And then there was a car dealership that found out about it and gave her a brand new car.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a really good feel good story.
It was a really
I
feel good
love
story.
that, stuff like that. I saw one, remember the one? When I saw this one brought tears to my eyes. It was a janitor. He'd been working with the school for years. And he's trying everything, picking up extra hours, all kind of stuff. And he didn't tell anyone, but they finally got wind of the fact that I think it was his wife that had cancer, and he's just trying everything just to pay the bills and keep things afloat. And they gave this man remember that big, huge $20,000 check? It was incredible. It had a huge check, and he turns around and sees the check. Oh man, I had tears in my eyes.
I love hearing good feel good stories because there's so much negativity going on, but at the same time there are a lot of like amazing stories of just people just stepping up and giving to others. And here's the clincher, without having much themselves. But what they do is they don't focus on what they don't have. They focus on what they do have.
That's
Maybe
beautiful,
some of
Amy.
these.
Amy says, but she does benefit in a lot of ways with her total compensation.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, she gets to work from home.
Awesome. And I'm gonna put the pink. These came out so cute, y'all. Put another one over here.
Oh no, Andrea. Andrea said her laptop just died.
Oh boy.
The dreaded blue screen of death.
Oh no.
So Andrea, you have a different laptop, but that's the only laptop you have. Out of curiosity.
I'm going to put one of these flowers in here. Actually, see these flowers right here? Going to line these cards up because these are, some people will say, oh, these are just too cute to use. But you got to use them.
Crystal says, are there any more jewel pickers in the store? She can't find any at Hobby Lobby.
I think we ran out. We don't have any more.
Deb C, you said something here. Deb C says, I find that a lot of times that those without a lot are the most giving.
They are the most
appreciative.
giving. Oh my goodness. Yep.
I understand that though, Amy K. Because sometimes you could be at a place, the other side of the coin is you could be making a lot of money. Everything seems great, great for 401k, all kind of stuff. But the job,
The stress.
you hate to go to it and you can't wait to leave. Every minute feels like an hour of absolute torture.
Sticking to my hands.
You know? You're like, please get me out of here.
Oops. Let's see. Right here.
Oh man, Andre White says, Tracy, my youngest son's life after a traumatic brain injury is a miracle, blessing,
Oh my
and feel good
goodness.
story all wrapped into one. God has truly smiled on my son and me.
Wow. I tell you.
Kai Williams, I have been there. Kai says, I've been at a duty station where I would literally get sick going to work. I have been like that. I'm talking about, I had a job one time. When I first woke up to start getting ready to go, I could just feel the depression starting to come. But nothing like when I stepped across the threshold. You know, when you open the door, as I walk into the building, you could literally feel the oppression. You could feel the negativity just swallow you. You're like,
It's a shame that we've all been in that position at one point or another, like where you just notice something that one supervisor's gonna find that you did wrong, or they're just coming for you.
but you have so many.
Well,
bills
y'all
you
have
can't
heard my story where I was at the point where I was so stressed to the point where it would just make me feel ill. I mean, just sick to the stomach. And it's a shame that someone should even want to make you feel that way. Like, my goodness.
Amy, actually, in all honesty, it feels like you're in a great situation. Amy says, I feel like with my current company, I've grown so much and come so far. I'm able to help others. I learned so much. And
I
the
love
company
it.
encourages development. But Amy, I think you're at the right place. I'm telling you, man,
Yep.
there are some jobs out here that you will be like,
Or just
I would
people
wish
that are
this
just
job on a
living to
dog,
destroy
okay?
people, you know, just.
Alicia Smith says, me too, sick when I even pulled up to the building.
Oh my goodness.
Just sick.
And I was already at a place where I was so stressed out, you know, because at the time, my poor child was sick. You know, and I'm like, and this person just made it even worse, like, even worse.
And now Crystal getting deep. Crystal, I gotta read it. Crystal B. Queen says, there comes a point when you just have to trust God for better circumstances.
Yep, that part.
When you ask in faith, miracle provisions do happen. I live this way. I'll tell you something. God will make it a way that's for you to get fired. Because you won't quit and you won't
Right,
move
and I
on.
need you to be doing something else.
And since you won't move on, I simply have no choice.
Right, I done sent you all these warning signs.
So just bend over. It's getting ready to be a little painful since you won't leave on your own. But what I got for you to replace this, you just get ready.
Yep, I agree, Crystal, also.
Amy, you work for
Just
Beachbody? Beachbody, I love Beachbody.
Time to make a move, okay. That's how, what's her name from Beachbody? We used to do,
Shalene?
Shalene Johnson.
Beachbody
Oh my
just
goodness.
has some great people on there.
What's his name?
Sean T?
Sean
I
T.
love Sean T.
Started out at Beachbody too.
Ali Moore says, I have been that way too. I worked at a law firm, and I know I didn't run with the crowd, and they just fired me. Pure jealousy. The next week, she was called to another place that was better, I'm sure. Hold on. I worked at a company one time. They had a party, right? A company party. And it was at one of the people's houses, at their homes. And they said, okay, those that do drugs come out here to the patio, to this area. And those that don't, because we want to be respectful of those that don't do drugs, y'all stay in here.
Wow.
And it was only like about 3 of us, me
How
and 2 other
professional.
people inside the room. Now understand, back in the day, I did do drugs. I mean, a lot. But you know, when I made the conscious decision to stop, as I matured and became older, I mean, and plus you're working now. You're working, you become, you know, when you became a man, you put away childish things, etc. You know how it works. But I was just shocked at how many people, it was everybody. In a way, it kind of identified people, like it kind of puts this group in the in crowd and this group in the quote unquote out crowd. And then I noticed after that at work, there were different conversations that would take place that me and the other 2 people, we were never part of those conversations. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, did you see such and such? He was really blasted, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what? Amy K says she loves Beachbody, right? It's called Body now. She says Shanti has a new program coming out today.
Oh, does he?
You know what? We saw his weight training called Dig Deeper. We saw him. Now here's the thing, guys.
Yeah, I still keep up with his stuff. His stuff was just...
As if Shanti couldn't get any better. I mean, the guy was phenomenal. With his Insanity series.
Oh, Insanity, boy, was the workout.
Insanity was the...
That was a beast.
Oh my God, that was the one.
That was a beast, okay.
And now he's lifting weights? Please.
And the results are amazing. God is amazing. Yes, he is. God is amazing. Y'all, thank y'all for the prayers for Chelsea. She is officially on vacation in Korea.
She is.
She's on vacation in Korea, and we got to talk with her. Look, I was like, give me the flight number, such and such, place where you're staying. She was like, Mom, it's in Korean. I was like, translate it. Translate it, okay.
Amy says Sean looks amazing. Amy, I didn't think he could look any better than he ever looked.
Yep.
Ever.
Him. Oh, what's his name? What is the other guy's name that we liked? P90X, right?
Ooh, that guy was nice. What's his name?
P90X.
Amy, what's his name? Come on, Amy. The P90X guy.
P90X. He said the
God.
P90X guy.
Although Sean T is my guy. Tony Horton.
Tony Horton, yes.
Tony Horton was good, too.
And he had some medical problems, I believe, Tony Horton.
And you know, one thing I liked about the Beachbody or the body people, all of them seem to have a story. All of them seem to have a difference. I remember Tracey first turned me on to Shalene.
Oh, yeah, because me and my sister loved that one workout that she had, with one of her beginning workouts. I can't remember what it was. And we had it on, it was on, I think it was on CD or something. It was on something, I can't remember.
Indigo, I just put the link for the Sugary Gal paper crafting kit that Tracey's using. Right, but Shalene was nice, man. At first, I thought it was
Look,
a joke. Remember Tracy? I said, "Oh, Tracy, she ain't
when
doing
we first
nothing."
met, I was doing Shalene's workout. I would work out twice a day, and one of the ones I would do in the morning was Shalene's workout.
Right.
And I would just love the little dance move that she was doing. And I mean, I was in really great shape. And I was like...
And I thought I was in pretty good shape because I was working
Bill
out
was
at
like,
the time.
I'm not doing...
I was working out good.
I told him, come and do this workout with me.
She challenged me, and I could not finish the
He could
Shalene
not.
workout. I was ashamed of myself.
He was like, that's
but
not...
I'm in good shape.
He was trying to be Mr. Manly Man and
I lift weights.
trying to impress me, okay?
I play basketball every day.
Okay.
How can I not do this?
Oh, boy.
Amy says body has really grown into being about total wellness, mind and body.
Love it.
You know what, Amy, what I always said was that, okay, prior to Beachbody, there was Billy Blanks. And I used to do all the Billy Blanks.
Ooh, his warm-up. He didn't have a great warm-up, though. I was like, ooh.
But I think Billy Blanks really kind of took all the different exercise programs to another level. He had a website,
he did, yeah.
a community, everything, right? And he kind of made you feel like, ooh, I can do this. But the one thing I noticed was that Billy didn't give me the warm-up I needed. And there were probably people who were pulling muscles, all kind of stuff. You know, so I would try to like warm up before I did
first,
Billy.
yeah.
But Beachbody came along and
that P90X, I was like, this right here.
They filled in all the gaps.
And it's at home. You get in such great shape at home. I was like, whoa. But I do love Juice and Toya now on YouTube. I love me some Juice and Toya. They're a couple that works out.
Yeah, they're nice.
And they really get you in shape.
Right, if you just want to be in your home.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really have the funds for to pay for this or that. Go to YouTube, look up Juice and Toya.
Right, not feeling good overall, right? Yep.
But when you can, get to Sean T, okay? Because Sean T is not playing.
Woo.
I can promise you this.
So which program do you like the best, Amy Cave?
Amy says, I wish I had the ability to give you all discounts for the online access. Yeah, which is your favorite one? Or do you have several? Actually, Tracy and I found this one young lady. What's that young lady's name? She was Russian or something? Susanna. Ooh,
It's Suska Light.
Suska Light. This woman was like insane.
Yeah, you end up,
her workouts put men who thought they were in incredible shape, her workouts will put them to shame, okay?
Suska Light.
Suska Light, baby.
That was a tough workout.
Yes, Lord.
I was like, ooh, this about to... I had to stop because I could see myself getting injured with that one. So I had to like ease off, you know?
You had to be very warmed up to do her. Right, the two names that you mentioned. Which name did I mention?
Bill, can you write the two names?
What was I talking about? Was we talking about? You talking about exercise?
The exercise?
Sean T and Tony Horton, those two. Ooh, Sissy Pants. You know that's a terrible job right there.
That's terrible,
Ooh,
Sissy Pants.
Sissy Pants says, I had a job once so we would just all cry on Friday because we knew Monday was coming. Well, you know what? When I got off, okay, I had the kind of job where when Friday came, it was a thank God it's Friday. You could only really enjoy Saturday because Sunday I was kind of starting to hit the depression knowing that that Monday was coming.
Well, no job should make you feel that way, unfortunately, you know.
Okay, Susanna, I think it was... I can't say her name.
Juice and Toya, right?
Yes, Amy K put it in. That's right.
Juice and Toya.
Juice and Toya. Amy got it right on Juice and Toya.
Yeah. They're on YouTube. I think they might be over 1 million followers now. But they do everything like the diet and all that too. because I'm trying to up my workout. Now this paper is not in the store. This is in my in my stash. Oh, look how pretty that is on this side.
Okay, here's the name of Zuska Light on YouTube. Zuska Light. That's her channel. If you go to YouTube and just type in Zuska Light.
She have you in the hospital injured, okay? I think she's changed her regimen too now that she's gotten older, but man, her workouts were brutal.
Yudi says, same thing happened to me. I was a financial analyst for a hospital. My supervisor was a racist.
Oh my
a female
goodness.
supervisor. I was miserable with that job, but look where you are now. Got your own thing, doing your own thing.
That's a shame. People will literally suck the life out of you and make you sick. Like, seriously make you sick. Okay? Like, that's just terrible.
Bye, Cindy Piper.
Why would someone even want to do something like that? You know? Like, imagine I'm going to go to work and make this person's
I'm gonna
life
look for Yudi.
miserable.
If time I see Yudi, I'm going to dump on her.
It's just, golly.
Chrissy
I can
Bennett
relate
loves your
because
nail color.
I had, oh, thank you.
You had what?
I had a supervisor like that,
Oh, yeah,
so I can
yeah.
relate. My goodness. I was going home venting to Bill about it. You know, Bill would come to visit me at work, and she would see his car, and she would write me up about the car that he drove. I'm like, really?
Parked where it should be. Why am I
Right,
driving
it's-
it?
Well, she was like, you did not park in the employee parking. I'm like, actually, my husband drove the car.
And use the
And
facility
he's
as
in the
a
library.
patron.
Right. So what are you talking about? It's like she would just look for things. Well, 2 days last week, you did such and such. I was actually off on that day. You know, like, it was like, okay, look.
Yudi says, Bill, my best friend told me, Yudi, open your own business. What are you waiting for? No. Let me rephrase, let me put this together the way it should have been written. Bill, God sent my best friend to tell me, Yudi, open your own business. What are you waiting for? I've done everything possible to make it as uncomfortable as I can for you so that you can walk into your destiny. So go. And she says, God has always carried me in my difficult times.
I'm praying for anybody that's having a tough time right now with their job and just feeling like there's a hopeless situation, you know. I just pray that you get some relief.
Okay, and Amy K says, my favorite program is called For Beginners Only. It's a super blog, but my favorite trainers are Amolia Caesar and Chris Downing. I've never heard of them. I'll look them up on YouTube to see what they're about. Man, Sissy Pan says, the sad part about it is the person that caused all of that is still in the position. She's in a whole new generation of people creating new sickness.
Oh my goodness.
Sonia Creel says, I worked at many racist places. I had a resident who couldn't breathe well and would not accept my help due to my color. Hey, I guess you won't be breathing today.
My mother experienced that as a nurse. She said a lot of people would call her words, you know, just really bad, terrible, terrible words. You know, they were born like they must have been born before I used to say they were born, and they would just treat her. Some of them, most of them absolutely loved my mother, but she had some that were just, I don't want you putting your hands on me, you know, and call her all kinds of names. And but then that's the same person that would need help, you know, going to the bathroom, um, administering their medication and all of that, you know. Still trying to take care of them.
Peggy says those sequins will make a pretty shaker.
Huh?
Peggy says those sequins will make a pretty shaker.
Peggy, that's what I've been. Oh, Peggy, you probably came in late. Let me show you the sequins. There you go. Look, all I gotta say is God don't like ugly. So people can keep doing what they doing, you know, but God don't. You ain't gonna mess with God's children, okay?
You know, my brother worked in a. He worked in a facility for people that, like, older people. And I thought it was just older people, but there could be people who had problems with mobility, whatever. But most of them were elderly, very elderly. And some of them had dementia and stuff like that. And he said one of the gentlemen he was tasked with taking care of on a daily basis would constantly be in a dementia fugue state, and he would constantly relive the hanging of a black person and burning. And he says it would sometimes make him so upset listening to this guy, and he had to constantly take care of him. But he said, this is my job. It's my job to do this. So just imagine this.
Awful.
The man probably kept it to himself for years, but in that state he couldn't because he kept reliving it. Yes, assisted living.
So pretty. Look how the colors everything just goes together, okay?
Crystal said, T.D. Jakes talk on Sunday, working through hard places. He mentions
really?
Every issue mentioned
I need to go
here
listen
today.
to that one. I need to go listen to that then. Working through hard places.
Yes, let me take a picture of that. Guess we'll be watching it, Chris.
I usually get all of his stuff.
Crystal be giving some stuff. I'm sorry. Okay, let's see here.
These make great borders, don't they, y'all? Look at the leaves. I haven't even used the leaves yet. We're gonna get ready to get off of here. Ooh. Let's see if I can get that off. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ooh, so Amy, what when you asked your dad's mother that, what did she say? Okay, this is what she said. Amy says, when I was 12 or 13, my dad's mother was a nurse in an AIDS ward and told me that I would never want to date a black man if I could see those black men in that ward. Amy said, so there aren't any white men with AIDS? You see what I'm saying? Like it only affects everybody.
People's judgments, you know?
Exactly.
Judgments.
Amy says she sputtered and stuttered.
Stereotypes. Okay, so I was on a roll. I didn't even count how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not bad. How cute
I hear
is
you,
that?
Judy.
2 shakers.
Judy says the problem is that as an Afro-Latino, I get it double, black and Latino, but it is okay for one hater. There's a community that is always giving love, like our group.
Like our group, yep. Come with the love.
Coming with love. Kai says, all the cards are so beautiful. I cannot wait to get my box. I'm going to put this link one more time just in case. And it's also at the top.
Yeah, these
well, actually
shakers.
it's at the top of the chat, the link. Okay, I'll put it one more time.
These shakers are in the store also.
It's 10% off.
I know
right
some
now.
of you were asking, and they just these have actually been in the store for a while. It just goes so well. It just goes so well with this, though.
I actually meant to take the sale off, but I forgot.
He forgot, y'all.
So I'm gonna take it off at midnight.
So the sale is still on.
Exactly, M. Sims. We're all God's children.
We're all God's children, you know.
M. Sims has said something, okay?
I love this with the coat. Look how much stuff I still have left.
DFC said.
Let me show you. So look, all these cards, right?
DFC said we had this conversation at breakfast this morning. Love is love. Yuli says, now I have to do shakers. Tracy, you're going to give us too many challenges.
I know. I love the shakers. I saw y'all posting in the group, too. I can't wait to see what y'all do. See, look at all this I still have. Ooh, I got a card base here. I'll leave that over there. Let me stick this one back on here. Okay. Look at all this. Oh, that's definitely that's part of the packaging. I still have all of this left.
You just scratching the surface.
I'm just getting started.
Oh, this is deep.
Look at all of this, y'all. Look at the amount
Bye,
of
Joy.
Look at the amount. Look at the amount of ephemera that you get with this.
Bye, Indigo 6G. Thanks for coming. We're on every Tuesday and Thursday for any newcomer at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you then. Hold up, check this out, Tracy. Amy says,
look at all of this.
I tell people I was born the wrong shade because I definitely found a place amongst people of color where I'm fully accepted and can just be me. Actually, Amy, those people were born the wrong shade because you were born right. And if they can't accept you for whatever reason, it's not your problem, it's theirs. Love is love, as Deb C says. Hi, Betty Darnell.
Well, you come here where you're respected and accepted and regardless, okay? I'm just glad that we can all just be, you know, and come together out of love.
Come in and give my man Hector my best regards.
Well, I need to cut these up. Look at all of this. And I still have lots of 12 by 12 paper. And then all of this I can put back in the box. So I got the big box here. Look, I still got all this paper. Look at all of this. I mean, there's so much. I still have all of this. Look at all of this. I could sit here and make shakers all day long, couldn't I? Look at all of that. So I still got all this paper to work with. This kit is like jam-packed. I really enjoyed spending time with Bill and Tracy and all the viewers. So encouraging. I feel I have found another great family. Yes, you have, Kai. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel.
Exactly. And don't forget to go to the Mindless Crafting group on Facebook.
Yes, go to our
Join
Mindless
that.
Crafting
I'll be looking
group.
for you over there.
Because Kai, guess what? People who need people
Ah.
are the luckiest people in the world. We like to sing a song here now and again, Kai. We sing on our channel. Some complain about the singing, but I'm sure they found another channel by now. Oh, you already subscribed. And I will go over to the Facebook after this. Awesome. Lily McGee says, I am working on a scrapbook journal all about me. And all about me and these kits are great add-ons. Yes. These would be cute. Oh, imagine making a journal shaker cover. So the whole, like the front of the cover is a shaker. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That would be cute.
Oh, no, Carmina, I never said you'd be mad at Hector. No, I was saying that...
he forgot what he said.
I sure did. But I know I didn't say that, though, because I know Hector loved you, and you would never be mad at Hector. Because Hector is my man. It. Hector is the man. Hector inspired me. I'm cooking breakfast for my wife now. Trying to catch up to Hector. Ali Moore says she was singing that song while folding clothes.
Oh, were you?
People.
Yeah, we worked out this morning. Y'all would be proud of us. We did get to the gym. We did get to the gym. And then actually Chelsea sent a picture of her in the gym in Korea. I was like, look at this girl. She is not playing.
There's Amy Cave and Sissy Pants.
She is not playing, okay?
They both live in L.A.
Oh, they said we should grab coffee and crack. Who are the two that...
Serafina and Aunt Terry.
Right. Serafina and Aunt Terry met up at a craft,
at
a craft event, right? And I thought it was the coolest thing.
I did too. I thought it was incredible.
Amy Cave, Sissy Pants Crafts agreed that would be fun. Okay, that y'all might meet up. Take a picture together.
And you know what's so cool? There was a person, Ann White. Remember Ann, Tracy? We were going down to Tennessee, and we were chatting. And a person on this ad named Ann White says, "I'm heading there too. I hope to see you there." I said, "Me too." I said, "When I see you, I'm just gonna come up to you and say, Ann." Right? So we were laughing about it. And I think we had on name tags or something. Anyway, she knew who I was, and she came up to me. She goes, "We were eating breakfast." She goes, "Bill," and I said, "And."
That's all you have to say.
It was so much fun, and every time for years we were. And Bill.
I wonder how Ann is doing. Her husband came with her too. You remember her husband came to the event and was in the class too.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of us. We have we have over 6,000 people in our group. And I want y'all to know this about the group on Facebook. Because of all of you and the engagement and not spamming the group, we don't have no back and forth fighting and all that stuff. Facebook has rated us as it's like a rating that they give you. Like a group in like excellent standing. Whatever the highest rating is, we have it for our group. So because I created a group, I can see like what they rate us, like what they rate our group. And I'm in this they invited me to be in this power admin group. I need to be a little bit more engaged with them, but I don't have time. But they invited me to be in that this power admin group that's supposed to help you be a better administrator and give you tips and all of that. But y'all make the group what it is. Y'all make the group what it is. Y'all are just the absolute best.
I love you too, Carmina.
Bill done probably said something smart.
No, I did. I would never say anything smart to Carmina. Ever.
He done said
Would I,
something
Sonia Creole? Sonya like, please.
So, yeah,
I know you
y'all-
ain't
y'all
asking
make-
me to co-sign on your stuff.
Y'all make it easy for me to admin that group, be an administrator for that group. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are the ones that are interacting with each other, or engaging with each other. I see the conversations going on between so many of y'all, even though I don't comment. I may not comment at the time on everything, but y'all make that group so special. And if the world can get a peek into what our group is like, what our community is like, the world would be a better place. Yep. Because like I said, people, people who need. So thank y'all for being wonderful to each other. To not only, if someone is down, that you extend your hand to lift them up. You know, if someone is feeling down, you give them encouraging words to move on, to keep going. If someone doesn't feel like their crafting is up to par, they can ask you, and y'all will respond in kindness. If someone needs help with something, if they're going through something, I see y'all praying for each other in the prayer group. We have a Mindless Crafting prayer group as well on Facebook. And so I just want to thank all of you. You make this easy. You make it look like it's easy, you know? But I just really appreciate y'all. We really appreciate y'all. We're coming up on this 2024. And thank y'all for giving us 5 stars out of 5 stars on our business page. We actually have a Mindless Crafting business page where we post all of our products. And when y'all give us reviews, y'all give us stellar reviews. 5 out of 5. Customer service. You know, and we don't always get it right, but we try to do the best that we can by y'all.
See you, Gloria.
So I just want to say thank y'all from the bottom of my heart for making our business what it is today. 6 years in. Not an easy thing, but we learned so much.
Yeah, Sukihana.
We've learned so much. And so when people say, you know, wow, y'all just time and time again give great customer service. Sometimes some of y'all will call us and you're like, I don't mean to bother you. You need to bother us because this is what we do. We got into this business so that we can not only bring y'all great products, but so that we can connect with so many of you. And y'all have been with us every step of the way, supporting us through thick and through thin. Y'all have been with us. So thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much.
Sissy Pan says, anyone in the LA area out there, we should get together, put on our Bill and Tracey t-shirts, if there is such a thing, and have a meet and greet in LA.
Get a look at this t-shirt, right? Look at this.
Look at this.
Thank you for creating this platform of God's work. Oh, thank you.
See ya, Gaytan.
We love y'all, Tracy and Bill. We love you too, Tina Barker.
Oh.
Y'all take care. We'll see you on Thursday.
It's 12 noon Eastern Standard Time.
We'll see you on Thursday. I don't know. I might.
We love.
Bill may be on his own for dinner because I'm about to do this little kit right here. Okay, before we get off,
I'm telling Hector.
I'm just gonna say 2 words: Gilded Age.
Woo!
That's all I'm gonna say.
Did you see the last one?
I didn't see the last one, so don't say anything,
God.
Bill. Don't say anything because I haven't seen it yet. But there's people on Facebook talking about it. I'm like,
how many of y'all saw the last one? That's all I'm gonna say. Ooh. Oh my God.
Don't say anything, Bill, because
I
I know how you are. I haven't seen it. I fell asleep. I finally would settle down to go and watch it. We were supposed to watch it together. Me and Bill.
You fell asleep, but I kept going.
I fell asleep. Bill kept going.
There was no way I was going to sleep. All I got to say is one thing. Miss Russell, okay? Miss Russell.
See, he already spilling the beans.
She's
Stop
not
it.
playing.
Bill, stop it. Okay?
I will.
You see what I'm saying? Know what I mean? See what I'm saying? All right, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and head off of here. Y'all take care and have a blessed day. Y'all take care. Bye.
Bye.